everybody. Oh my god, I totally just got like phlegm in my throat right as I started the show. Okay, let's start over. Hey everyone, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of my Sudsy recap where I dive into the world of daytime television and a few reality shows as well. And one of the daytime shows that I'm talking about is tonight. It's going to be all about Days of Our Lives. Like satins through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. You know, that opening actually used to be a lot longer. It was like really long. Like there's a whole song. Now it's only like 2 seconds. Da 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 da. I mean, it used to like go on for quite some time. So yeah, I'm guessing budget cuts. They had to cut part of the song too. I guess. I don't know. Slash part of the song. You know, we've got budget cuts. So what's funny is that so in this week's issue of Soap Opera Weekly, Carolyn Hinsey, she kind of rips Days to shreds, which I do too, a lot. And it's funny because I do say that Days is kind of my favorite show, but it's getting harder and harder to maintain that stance because it's just, it's not that great. And she actually did a whole thing about that fucking park. And you know what's so funny is that I think that park actually hasn't been used a lot lately. I think they've actually been trying to ride around so you don't see too many people in that park. So, I mean, it used to be really, maybe she's making up for the time that she wasn't writing her column, 'cause she took like a couple of years off. But she's back and she's back with a vengeance and she's right. I mean, she's right about the park. I just think that it's a little late for that criticism because it looks like they've kind of fixed it. They've actually kind of started writing scenes outside of the park, which is great. Okay, anyways, I thought that really tickled me. I thought it was really funny. Okay, so this week, so this week on Days of Our Lives, let's see if we can. Come on, there we go. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make my phone perfect. All right, so this week on Days of Our Lives, first of all, everyone was talking about how much they hate Deimos. Everyone, they are really beating it into your brain that Deimos is going to get whacked and we're going to have to figure out who did it because everybody hates Deimos. How many times have we seen this story before? Really. Even my mother, who isn't that much of a soap fan, because I got that from my grandmother, but my mother can see that this is gonna be a huge Deimos whodunit, Do you remember the last whodunit we had? Do you? I do. It was Nick Fallon. Remember when Gabby shot Nick Fallon? Well, actually, the whodunit was actually when Gabby and Sammy and Kate tossed him in the river. And I'm still wondering where Peter is because, Nick Fallon just glides into prison after killing someone and then comes back. But heaven forbid you try to kidnap Queen Jennifer and Abigail because you'll be sent away for life, apparently. No one's... Okay, I'm let that go, girl. They're trying me. Okay. All right. So, all right. So, a lot of scenes. The week started off actually with Trip, who is the son of Ava Vitale and Patch. First of all, why doesn't anyone call him Patch anymore? Why is that not politically correct or something stupid like that? I get that his real name is Steven, but he's Patch. No one fucking calls him Patch anymore. Did I miss the day that he said, "Don't ever call me Patch again"? Or I must have missed that because I don't remember that ever happening. But I will say that Trip is pretty fucking cute. He is really cute. Seriously. But how many times have you seen a story about a newfound son, right? I can on Young and the Restless. I can name 3 times that it's happened to Jack alone, right? So, what made it interesting, this bit of the story, was that they brought Ava's family in, and not Joey, and Trip is now the heir to the Ava Vitale fortune. So that is a twist I did not see coming. So I give them props for that, because that's good. Because basically, let me see if I can try to figure out how this is going to play out. Eventually, Trip's going to find out. Well, no, Trip is going to think that Patch killed his mother. And he's going to get all this money and all this power, and he's going to want revenge on Patch for killing his mother. And then finally, just as Trip is about to kill Patch, Joey will come forward and say, "No, don't kill him. I killed Ava. I was the one. He was lying to protect me." Whatever, right? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Remember, Ron Carlivati starts airing in August. That's all I have to say about that. Here's the thing about Ron Carlivati. He's real big on veterans, which a lot of soap fans really like their veterans for some reason. I like them if they serve the story's purpose. Do I like having them around just to have them around? No, I don't. Because that's not fair to the individual as an actor, and B, it's gonna take money away from our beloved soaps that we need to keep on the air, and they need apparently every dime they can get at Days of Our Lives. And C, I would just, it doesn't serve the story to have people just floating around town. Like, okay, here's another example. I'm loving the fact that Julie now has so much to do because of the scenes with Eli. I mean, that's genius. Genius! It's great. I love seeing veterans work. Like, I really wish they would give Maggie a good story. Not that summer crap. That was the worst. But, like, a decent story. Because she's a fierce actress, too. Victor Kiriakis, I love him. Like, I don't mind seeing the older set in action. That's just the thing, though. They need to be in action, and it needs to make sense. So, keep that in mind. John and Marlena, you know how I feel about them. But I would like to see, like, maybe Calliope. I'd like to see her. See, so what Ron Carlivati does is he brings in people for a few episodes and then lets them go again, right? And Days of Our Lives, actually, they kind of were doing that a little while, too. I personally would have wished that, Carrie, Austin, and Anna's little sojourn would have been a little bit longer, because I really enjoyed them. But, it is what it is. And that's how I actually meant to say that. I didn't just say that as a filler. I really do mean, what can you do? What can you do, right? Maybe they'll come back. They weren't killed off or anything. Although in Days of Our Lives, I mean, really. So like I said, I'm sure there's probably going to be a big murder whodunit with Deimos, but he'll be back next time they change head writers, which is apparently every 3 weeks. Maybe I should I should submit a script, right? I want to be a head writer of Days of Our Lives. No, I think Ron Carlivati's going to do a good job, so I'm really looking forward to seeing his story start in August. Sierra, I'm over Sierra. I know she's leaving the show soon, so I'm literally just gritting my teeth, waiting for her to go. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Sierra. I'm not a huge fan of Claire either. She has slightly more potential, but she's kind of becoming an annoying one-note teenager. And she's losing my rooting value, right? I'm just saying. She still got it for now, but if she keeps going the way she's going, she's going to lose it too. I think they should have got rid of Jade when the original actress, and I have nothing against the recast. The recast is doing great. I just think that they kind of stopped writing for the character when they let her go. Or when she quit. She decided she didn't want to do the show, so she quit. And they recast her with a lovely actress, and she's a good actress, I just think that she's not given the best material. So that whole set needs a major, major, major overhaul. So Did anyone ever doubt that Sonny and Paul would get together because they're the only two gay people left in Salem? I mean, really? Well, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so that's pretty much what happened this week on Days of Our Lives. You can follow. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Days to talk Days of Our Lives with me. You can also hashtag YR to talk Young and the Restless. So everyone have a wonderful night. Excuse me, I couldn't finish the show without letting that out. I had to. I feel better. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend and wubba wubba wubba. Peace out.